Juventus exploring shock swap deal involving Jadon Sancho in exchange for Federico Chiesa. Manchester United still looking at left-back options, and Manuel Ugarte left out of PSG squad again ahead of imminent transfer to Manchester United. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on this afternoon show. But before we get into that, please do me one small favour. Smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 1,000 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe to the channel. Only 50% of people who watch our videos are currently subscribed. So if you're one of those who isn't subscribed, make sure you get involved. It's completely free content and everyone is welcome. Right. I want to start the show off by talking about the left-back position. I know everyone has an opinion on this, and I try and make the show as interactive as possible. I want you to let me know in the comment section, should Manchester United be signing a new left-back this summer? That's part one of the question. Part two, if we are to sign a new left-back, who should it be? Let me know your thoughts. Right, I'll give you my answer in a couple of minutes' time, but let me bring you the news on why we are talking about this topic. So this is coming up from Manchester Evening News, as well as multiple other outlets in the UK this afternoon. And the headline is this, that United are waiting on Premier League rivals for left-back transfer move. That's the headline. And the story then goes on to say that apparently Fulham are trying to sign Ferdi Kadioglu. Obviously, we know that Brighton have been negotiating for a number of weeks with Fenerbahce over a potential deal for Ferdi Kadioglu. There were some murmurs saying that apparently United were in for him, but Fabrizio debunked those rumours and said effectively Man United haven't inquired for Ferdi Kadioglu. And as it is with many transfers in the transfer window, effectively it's just been agent driven. You know, the agent thought, if I link my player to Manchester United, it will get more interest. It happens every single summer. We're linked to thousands of players literally, and we only sign 4 or 5, don't we? So Fulham apparently trying to hijack that deal. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is the relevance? Like, why does that matter to us? Well, Manchester United apparently have a strong interest in Fulham left-back Anthony Robinson. And if Ferdi Kadioglu moves to Fulham as the new left-back, then he will apparently be allowed to leave. I'll be honest, right? I don't really rate this guy that much. Like, he's not a bad player. He's just turned 27. He is USA international. He's got 4 years left on his contract at Fulham. He's a left-back. He can't play any other position. He's just literally a left-back. Is he better than Luke Shaw? I don't think so. Is he better than Dalot? I don't think so. Is he better than Mazraoui? I don't think so. Is he better than Malacia? Probably. But for me personally, it just doesn't really excite me. Apparently, Fulham want about 20 to 30 million euros, which sounds like a lot. It's a no from me. Like, if we're going to go for a left-back this summer, which I think we do need, I think it should just be like a one-year option. Someone like Marcos Alonso as a free agent. There's no risk. See how Luke Shaw does this year. See how his injuries kind of turn out. And if Luke Shaw continues to be injury prone, then next summer we go big for a world-class left-back. I just think that this Anthony Robinson guy isn't the answer for me. I feel like feels like an emergency signing, but that emergency signing is going to cost you 20, 30 million. And that emergency signing probably isn't better than what, Luke Shaw at the moment anyway. So, yeah, for me, it's a no, but I'd be interested to get you guys' opinions. In relation to who I think Manchester United should go for, I would look at Marcos Alonso or I would look at Sergio Reguilon. Like, I know they're not the most exciting names. I know they're not world class, but we could do probably a one-year contract for either of those players. It would cost relatively no money and there's no risk. Whereas, if you go and spend 20, 30 million on this Robinson guy at the age of 27, what does that mean for Luke Shaw? What does that mean for Malacia? What does that mean for Harry Amas? I mean, I think it messes with things. Whereas, Marcos Alonso for one season, he's just there as a squad player, isn't he? He's an option. So yeah, for me personally, I don't think Man United should go for this Anthony Robinson guy, but I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Maybe you think he's someone we should look at. Moving on from that though, I want to talk a little bit about Jadon Sancho and Federico Chiesa. So this story's coming out from multiple different Italian outlets in the last half an hour or so. And the headline is this, that apparently Juventus are trying to offer Federico Chiesa to Manchester United in a Jadon Sancho exchange deal. I wanted to get you guys' opinions on this as well. So in relation to Chiesa, last season he played 37 times for Juventus. He got 10 goals and 3 assists, which is a goal or an assist every 3 games. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. 26 years of age. A couple of years ago, the name Chiesa would have got me very, very excited. But now, I feel like his stock price has kind of dropped quite a lot, hence why Juventus want rid of him. Is he better than Jadon Sancho? I would probably say no. But the one thing that I do really, really like about Chiesa, and I was talking about this on the show this morning actually, is his versatility. The fact that he can play as a right winger, a left winger, and he can play as a striker. So I've said many, many times before that I think we need another striker, or at least another player who can play as a striker. And Federico Chiesa would tick that box because he can and has played as a striker, in his career previously. Now, obviously, he's a full Italy international. Yeah, I think it would be an interesting deal. Do I think a swap deal would be fair? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, he's 2 years older. I don't think he's worth the same amount of money as Jadon Sancho. So if they were to give us, say, like 10 to 20 million plus Federico Chiesa, I think that would be an interesting deal. But my preference would always be just to sell Jadon Sancho. And if we need another winger or another attacking player, go and buy the number one target. Go and buy the player that Erik ten Hag actually wants. If he doesn't want Chiesa, then swapping somebody you don't want for somebody you don't want isn't really a good deal, is it? You know, he clearly doesn't want Jadon Sancho, Erik ten Hag. That's clear to see. The relationship is still bad between Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag. It's obvious. You can see that from the press conferences. You can see that from him being left out of the squad. Even the game against Brighton tomorrow, Erik ten Hag said he wasn't sure if Jadon would be in the squad. Like, you don't leave out a player that you actually have respect for and a player that you want to keep at the club. You would have them there. I mean, how many times has he left out Rashford? Never. How many times has he left out Bruno? Never. Like, Martinez? Never. So we can all pretend that him and Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag have made friends and all the rest of it. But I think it was all just a media stunt to try and, make the outside world think that everything was okay. So we potentially got a bigger bid for Jadon Sancho. I think that was very, very clear to see. But in relation to Chiesa, I don't know. I do want Jadon Sancho gone, 100%. But is Federico Chiesa the answer? I'm not entirely sure. But just to be fair, he has played 62 times as a striker for Juventus. He scored 14 goals and got 9 assists. So he averaged a goal or an assist pretty much every 3 games when he played as a striker. He's obviously played as a right winger, a left winger, a right midfielder, and he's played as a centre forward. So he is very, very versatile. He's even played as an attacking midfielder before as well, and he's played as a left midfielder. So he is a very versatile player, and I think he would give Erik ten Hag quite a lot of options. But I wouldn't say he's prolific. If you look at his whole time in the Serie A, he scored 47 goals in 235 matches, which is about a goal every 5 games. And obviously, the Premier League is going to be harder than that. So, I don't know. I think it's a possibility. Would I be excited about this deal? Not really. Would I be excited about Jadon Sancho leaving? Yes. But I would still just rather the money. It's just whether Juventus have the money to be able to give Manchester United the £40 million that they're asking for. And the answer to that is probably no. So that's why things like these swap deals are being suggested. But you can let me know your thoughts. Do you want Federico Chiesa at Manchester United? Would you do a swap deal? Let me know your thoughts below. And then the final story is on everyone's favourite topic, the most boring transfer saga of the whole window, Manuel Ugarte. I'm absolutely sick to death of talking about this guy, but it is a news show and I like to bring you the news and keep you updated. So the headline coming out from Fabrizio now is this. He's saying that apparently Manuel Ugarte is not in the squad for the PSG game tomorrow against Montpellier. So that's obviously positive. He's been left out of the squad. And he also says... this is coming from Duncan Castles. Duncan Castles says, the recruitment team at Manchester United feel that Manuel Ugarte's ability to press and win the ball is very important with the way they want to play. And I would agree with that. He is very good at pressing. I remember one of his ex-managers, when he was at Uruguay, in the Uruguay national team, said that it's like he has 4 lungs, i.e. he just never stops running. So, that would be good because we have had, over the last couple of seasons, a lot of lazy players who don't seem to run enough. And L'Equipe are reporting as well that Manuel Ugarte is now waiting for his agent, Jorge Mendes, to give him the green light to travel to England. He says L'Equipe says there is no longer any doubt that Ugarte will join United. The details are being finalised now. So there you go. It looks like this deal will happen. I'll obviously welcome him. I hope it's for less than 60 million euros. That's all I'm going to say. I think 60 million is too much. And Yeah, we'll see. We'll wait and see how it goes. Obviously, he's going to have my full backing, as every player at Manchester United does when they first join. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I will be back live later on today for a longer live show. Please make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. This has been Daily Red Devil, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.